Who has felt feelings of financial scarcity in the past week? Type me in the chat if you have felt financial scarcity in the past month. Financial scarcity is the indicator of the presence of an elevated financial frame. You're like, say what? What'd you say? All right, I'll say it again. Financial scarcity is the indicator of the presence of an elevated financial frame you're supposed to be living in. Because financial scarcity is saying you should have more money than this. Now, let me type you in the chat. Who has feeling financial scarcity, but you're not in financial scarcity anytime in the past, like past 3 months? Type, that's me in the chat. Who is feeling financial scarcity, has felt financial scarcity in the past 3 months, even though you're not in financial scarcity? We got to be careful because that's the old pattern. You've got to break through that. The problem with financial scarcity is like you can push that. The problem with being an achiever is we can push that old belief, that old perspective, that old limitation in the closet, close the door, and as that thing's rotting, we can put an air freshener on the outside and just ignore it. But the problem is it will eventually get you. If you heard my stories about when I've majorly self-sabotaged myself financially, it's in my book, you'll probably relate. So we also need to reset what financial success means. I'm in a men's group called Go Abundance. And to get into that group, you have to have a $2 million net worth. So it's like it's a group of high net worth men, professionals, ranging from 2 to like hundreds of millions of net worth. It's a high level group. And I'll tell you, I still see scarcity in like 90% of them, even though they have a lot of money, because I'm guessing this is the model that you're operating in, is my way to not have scarcity. So tell me if this is true. Type true in the chat if this is true. If you believe the solution to financial scarcity and financial freedom is having a mountain of money so big it can never run out. Type true in the chat if that's what you believe. Now, is that a frame of scarcity or a frame of abundance? Right, Trudy, that's scarcity. Scarcity. And it shocks me how many of those highly successful men I see still are operating from a frame of scarcity. Because what true abundance is not being afraid of not having money because you know you can always make it. That is true abundance. That is liberation from scarcity. Scarcity is your intuition telling you you should be doing better than this. That's what it's for.